All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Brandon Stevens has it. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. So we start our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field. Maybe even flip the field with field position. But to score points yourself, it's not something they honestly consider too much. That is until he started that return, baby. And they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Another carry for him. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He puts everything behind this one. He's got it inside the 25. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings reach pay dirt for the first time this game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. First play, Fields letting it rip. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed. Here we go.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 12 yards on that play and a good call nets him the first.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go.
Running it again with Dobbins. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Don't jump. Ready?
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Hits him on the in route. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play. Here we go.
They'll run on first down with Dobbins. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Vikings 41-yard line.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Here we go, right.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for Raiders first.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here we go, son.
A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders finish off their opening drive. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, first and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy has the connection to Hawkinson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. And the Raiders get there and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses.
They're on him again, and he goes down again. And a back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it'll be Raider football. Offense ready to begin this drive, first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
First down, ball at the 36.
Here we go.
Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go, son.
Play action, Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
A loss of 6 yards brings up 3rd and 14.
They will not get another play off. We're at the end of one. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They'll need something big here to start out. It's 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. They put a receiver in motion right. On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
He gets this one to Myers. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Vegas first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Short side option here. He's running left. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game. Here we go. Good.
From the 30 on 2nd down. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. We have an injured player down there, and with his history, we really hope this is nothing serious. It is J.K. Dobbins who was hurt on that one. Fields on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go, son.
Slot man in motion right. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Now out comes the field goal unit as they try this one. This, 42 yards from the right half. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Back-to-back carries here. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. That's a pickup of 9. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They get 22 on that one. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. 2nd and 3 now. Plowing up the middle. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings tie things up at 14. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Fields out of the gun. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So 2nd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now it's Fields. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Got a man. Bowers has it. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Fields, touchdown. PAT effort coming up. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. The Raiders kicking team is out there and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. He's got pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to offer a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. He's going deep. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Corey Bajorquez on the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he got under this one, but it's going nowhere, almost straight up into the air. Fair catch called for and taken just beyond midfield. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Trying to find Brock Bowers. And now they face 2nd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Looking to throw. He's trying to push the field. He intercepts the pass. And the Vikings do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half.
The score, Raiders 21, Vikings 14.
Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Don't jump. Ready?
Drive starts with a carry by White. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down, but instead the defense Well, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. Third and short.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That's a short gain of 1. And that's good for a Raiders first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Slot man in motion left. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty.
Here we go, son.
A pistol snap. Fields. He puts some air under this one. Deep right. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit. They kick the running back in motion. This time he's looking to throw. Completed to his running back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Going on 3rd, McCarthy. They left him wide open. It's complete. That's the 1st down, and he's still going. And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Fullback trying to power it across. And he gets in, touchdown. The Vikings start the 2nd half with some needed points. Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings tie this game at 21. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for White. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Complete. It's Myers. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
1st and 10. It's a give to White. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First carry here for Braylon Allen. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Running on 2nd with White. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
It's 3rd and 7.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. This is hauled in by Myers. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a Vegas first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's the option, give to White. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's all knotted up at 21. Plenty of scoring here as we begin the final quarter. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go.
Here's White again. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
They'll take an option to the right on first down. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Off play action, it's Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
Fields now, 3rd and long. Complete here to Bowers. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, White. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. He has the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, Can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. The offenses love execution and plays like that on first down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for second down.
2nd and 3 now. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Complete out to the right side. And he's out of bounds past midfield. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Good offenses. Kate, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after it.
And he could only get a low yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Finds a man, right side. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. Working quickly here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Hits his running back. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
He'll throw it. Completed over the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. They've got first down from the 31.
Here we go.
Shotgun handoff for Allen. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down. It's Allen again. Broke through the tackle. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Right back to Allen. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
Here we go.
Back to throw it. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw it. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Timeout taken by the offense. Their 2nd. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Finds him over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that 3rd down in particular. We need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Here's a quick throw to the left. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Vikings out of the hurry-up. Need everyone back to the line. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Raiders make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about